Hello guys, in today's video we're going to be learning how to build a full stack chat application using Next.js 14, using Firebase and using JavaScript. So what we're going to do in this video, we're going to learn how to authenticate using Firebase. Then we're going to learn how to initiate a chat. So there'll be a part where there are users, and then you can initiate a chat, which creates a chat room between these two users. Once you are in this chat room between these two users, you can send text messages. These will have a timestamp, and then we're using moment to show like um, the timestamp, like how long ago did you send the message, and then you can send emojis. You can also send images to the user. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So let's jump right into the demonstration. So when you first visit the application, you see the login page. The login page, you can create an account. You can log in. So first, let's create an account. So you see here, you can generate a new avatar. You can get the one that is automatically generated for you, but then here we can also pick a new one if we don't like that one. Okay, yeah, so I like this one. So I'll say Douglas Codes, and we'll say codes at gmail.com. Then we'll pick a password. Yeah, so right off the bat, let's say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see this is not a valid email. Then we click sign up. It shouldn't sign up. It should tell you like, hey, this is an invalid email that you've provided us, right? Then we provide an accurate email. Then sign up. Then it signs up. And then this validation, we're doing it from scratch. We're not using any packages to validate. Then you go on users, and then you see all the users that are in the app, right? And then you choose like which user do you want to communicate with. So we can say you want to communicate with Elon Musk. Okay, then we come here on the chat room, and then right now it's empty. So right now in this side, we're logged in as Elon Musk. We go to chat rooms, and then we can see Douglas initiated a conversation with us. So before we click, we can come here and then we can say, hey man, send, hey man, and then here. So here, this is the last message that was sent. You can see it in the preview of the chat room. You open that, and then you see, hey man, a few seconds ago. So it's giving you a real-time chat. Then you say, how is it going? Okay, how is it going? And then here we can see how is it going. You can see this message was sent, and then we can add some emojis to say, okay, I don't know, like yeah, say it's going great. Okay, then here we can receive message with emojis. So here we can show the ability that we can send emojis, and then here we can say where are you, something like this. Then here we can see, then here we can upload images. So we have that ability to be able to upload images. Then upload, and then once you're uploading, it shows you the progress of where the upload currently is. And then once it finishes uploading, this highlights to show you that you've uploaded, and you can say in the mountains. Okay, then you see we can send images. Then you can come back here, then you can see an image was sent and received. Then you can say, wow, that's great. Okay, and then you see as you send the message, it scrolls down automatically. So that's using use refs, and then it's using a use effect to automatically scroll down to the last message. Yeah, we'll also show you how to do that, and then we're going to also build that, right? And then yeah, we're going to build everything you see here. I know the design is a bit simple, but I just wanted you guys to grasp some of the concepts behind how you can build a chat application, how you can add text, how you can add images, how you can add emojis, and then from here we can even go to adding video. We can even go to adding voice notes. Yeah, so you just let me know what features that you want me to add. And yeah, I know in this build I'm using JavaScript because I'm trying to teach, like the junior developers how we can do this without scaring some of you off, because I know some of you, when you once you see TypeScript, Yeah, but then just let me know if you want me to do future videos in TypeScript. We can do that. And then here we can log out, and then we can log in as another user. Yeah, we can also log out and log in as another user. So yeah, this is what we're going to build today. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button so that you're notified every time I post a video. Thank you for watching, guys. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is go to nextjs.org, and then we want to get the commands for installing Next.js. So we copy this, then we come here, open our terminal, then just cd into the directory where you want to install Next.js. So I'm just installing it on my desktop, and then we'll just call it chat. We're not going to be using TypeScript, we're not going to be using ESLint, tailwind yes, source direction no, app router yes, no. Okay, perfect. Then just let that install. Yeah, it usually takes a bit of time to install. Then yeah, whilst it's installing, head over to Firebase, get started, follow the instructions on how to make an account. And then for me, I already have an account, and then I already have a project. But then yeah, for this, let's just make a new project, and then we'll say chat dash YouTube dash 2. Yeah, something like this. Okay, yeah, you can name it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. And then yeah, okay, so that's done installing. Then this is our project is creating. So to open our project, we cd into chat, then we say code, then we put a dot, or just drag the code and then pop it into VS Code. So both of those ways should work. And then to run everything, npm run dev. Okay, and then yeah, it's running on port 3000. Then let's come back here. I want it right here, and we'll say localhost. Okay, localhost 3000. Okay, perfect. So yeah, now our app is open, so we can close this. Then our project, let's just finish creating our project, setting everything up. Okay, so when you open your project, you first need to create an app. So this is going to be a web app, and then we can give it a name. So it can be the same name as the project, doesn't really matter. But we can just say chat. We're not going to be using Firebase hosting. Okay, we have our app. Then we come here where it says build. We need authentication. For authentication, we need email and user. Click get started. Yeah, so this is just basic setting up of things. Email and password save. Okay, so we have authentication. Then we come here where it says Firestore. We create a database. Yeah, from the get-go we won't need these things, but then it's better, you know, to always pick a location. We start in test mode. Yeah, it's always good to set up everything so that, you know, when you guys are watching the video, it's well structured. We just set everything up in the beginning rather than going through the video trying to find like where we set up. Then we set up the storage, and then yeah, those are the only three things that we need from Firebase. We need authentication, database, then storage. Okay, so yeah, whilst that sets up everything, okay, creating bucket. Okay, yeah, let's just wait for that to set up everything. And then so for the component library, for the stylings, we're using a library called daisy UI. Okay, so just visit daisyui.com, and then to install it we need this command. Then we come into our code, and then yeah, we install that, and then we go into our tailwind config, and then we're going to add this as a plugin. So okay, you see here it says plugin. We're going to add this. Okay, perfect. Then Next.js example, just to see what it looks like. And then here you see we now have our storage, everything is working. And then we come here, project settings. In project settings, we come here where it says config. So we need this file which says firebase config. Okay, perfect. So yeah, okay, what is this now? Let's just see. Okay, so we need this button. Yeah, so it's just an example that they give you to test out if it's working. Okay, so our app is open. Yeah, this is saved. So to test if Daisy UI is installed, let's just do a bit of cleaning up. So we're using Next.js app directory. So in the app directory, we have the page, the layout. Then, so this page where it says get started by editing, this is the main page that you're seeing here, get started by editing. So we just need to delete this, and then, no, not the whole thing, we can just delete the main. Have a div here. Yeah, have a div, then have a button. So to see if Daisy UI is working, yeah, because we can both agree that BTN that's not a tailwind class, BTN primary that's not a tailwind class, so it must be a Daisy UI class. So if this gives us a nice button, then it means we've installed Daisy UI correctly, and then we get a nice button. So our Daisy UI is done, our Firebase is done. So the first thing that we need to do, we need to install Firebase. Okay, open another terminal, npm install Firebase. So by default it's going to install our Firebase version 9. I think that's the latest. And then this is going to be modular Firebase. Yeah, if you're coming from version 8, it will be like a different way of doing Firebase, where it gives you these modular functions that you can use in your code. Okay, whilst that installs, we're going to go out of our app. In the root directory, we're going to create a folder, and then we're going to call it the lib folder. And then inside the lib folder, we're going to create a file called firebase.js. Okay, so this is our Firebase initialization. And then in the Firebase initialization, we're going to import initialize. Okay, we're going to import initialize app from Firebase. Is that the correct spelling? Let me initialize the client, but it's valid. Never use Firebase app. Initialize, yeah, that's the correct spelling. And then we're going to import get firestore. Then we're going to import get auth, because those are the things that we need. Okay, get auth from auth, perfect. And then here, const Firebase like this. So here we're going to put the credentials that Firebase is going to give us, but for now let's just leave that. And then we need to export app equals initialize Firebase. Then we initialize the config. Then we need to export firestore. And then yeah, get firestore. Then we need to export the auth, get auth. Then yeah, we need to export everything. Yeah, we also need to export the app. So this might be cases where we need to use that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so in here we need the credentials, so we get them from here. You see Firebase config, and then yeah, we have Firebase config. So we need to replace this with what Firebase is giving us. And then once we do this, our app can now access our Firebase. So yeah, it's that simple. Our app now has access to Firebase. Okay, yeah, that's done. Okay, let's close that, and then yeah, in this file we need to have a folder called components. So this folder is going to have our components. Okay, then here, perfect. And then here we need a register and a login. So we need a file called a register. Yeah. Then inside that folder we're going to have page.js. Okay, then RFCE. Okay, then here we need a folder called login, and then page.js, then RFCE. Okay, perfect. And then we come back to our app. If we go to /register, it should take us to this where it says page. And then why are we getting this dark background? Okay, we need to clear the global CSS. We just need to remove everything, or not everything as such. Let's see if we remove the body. Yeah, then we get a white page, because we don't want these default stylings that Next.js is coming with. Okay, yeah, now we start. Yeah, so we're starting with the register, and then for the register we can start with styling everything, and then having the inputs. We need some state. Yeah, so we need to think about what are we going to have on this page. We're going to have the name of the user. We're going to have the email. We're going to, yeah, so yeah, we can just start with we can start. Usually I like to start with the state, so that it gives us more of like a mental model of what we're doing. So in Next.js version 13, if you're going to be using anything with state, you need to specify that you're going to be using use client, so that Next.js knows that it shouldn't render this on the server. Okay, so here we're going to have name, and then after name we're going to have email. Okay, yeah, we also have password. Then here we have email. Okay, perfect. And then below password we're going to have confirm password, and then below this we're going to have const errors. Yeah, because we need to store the errors, and then that's going to be an object. And then loading, so we need to know if it's loading or not, so that we can display to the user that, hey, this is loading. And then we need an avatar, so we're going to have avatars, so we need an avatar URL. Okay, and then yeah, I think for now we're also going to need import use router, so you always want it from next navigation. And then here we initialize the use router. Okay, perfect. And then yeah, for now that looks good. And then before that I need a package. It's called a random avatar generator. So we need the users to be able to generate avatars. So you see here this package, random avatar generator. Let's see if that's the one. Random avatar generator npm. Yeah, because I'm forgetting the package that I used, but I think this is the one. Let's just see. Let's just take a look. Yeah, I think this is the one. Let's see the website. Maybe they might have. Yeah, this is the one. So they give us this kind of avatars, and then we can generate a random avatar. So we're going to have this button where user clicks, and then they generate a random avatar. And then once they have the one that they like, they can just click save, and then yeah, that's the one that we'll use. Okay, copy this, then we come here, open a new terminal, install. Okay, done. Okay, yeah, so our avatars are installed. Let's, yeah, another thing I'm thinking, what else do we need? Yeah, I think that's it for now. The rest I think we can do it later, but yeah, because we need a toast library, but we can do that later. So it's avatar generator, so this is a function that they give us, and then with this function we can generate an avatar. We'll generate it in a use effect. So let's import that use effect, and then here we'll say const generate random avatar. Okay, and then here it'll be const generator is equals to, yeah, so yeah, this code, I don't even know what this code does, but generator dot generate random, yeah, I don't know what this code does, but it's how you generate, like from their documentation, it's how you generate. Yeah, because some of these things there's no benefit to knowing this, like how it works deep down. We don't need to know that. We just need to know how we can generate a random avatar, and then we're good. Okay, then we need a use effect. Yeah, perfect. So this use effect is calling the generate random avatar, which is giving us a random avatar, and then it's setting it to avatar URL. Then we need a button, right, that can generate these URLs. So this use effect is generating a URL when the page loads. So when the page loads, you're going to see. So it's like when the page, let's load this page, right? Let's go back to the main. So when you first open this page, there's already an automatic avatar that's been generated. So that's what we need. And then when you click the button, it generates a new one. So here we have the automatic one, but then now we need the one where you click the button. So to do that, we'll just call it handle refresh avatar. Yeah, like this. And then yeah, it does the same thing. It just calls the random avatar generator, and then once that's called, and then yeah, we get an avatar. Okay, perfect. So now we're going to the styling. So this was just we have our states, we have our avatar generator, but then yeah, now we need our form, we need our to style it. Okay, so this form is going to be in a body with a flex. It's going to be justify center, so that everything is centered. Item center, then a height of screen, so that it takes up the entire screen. Then we have a padding of 10, then a margin of 2. Okay, so yeah, this should be good. And then yeah, so I like to comment out my my HTML. So here is going to be a form. Okay, this form is going to have some stylings. It's going to be space y of 4. So on the y-axis we're going to have a space, and then a max width of 2xl, so it's not too big, and then a shadow large padding of 10. Yeah, don't worry, we'll see it soon what it looks like. Okay, so in this form we want a heading. So this will be the heading of the form. Yeah, I don't know why my JSX is not working. I mean my IntelliSense, it's not auto completing for some reason. And then we'll just say chat, like, yeah, I think this should be good. And then I want this to be class name of text XL, text center, font of semi bold. Yeah, then I want this to have a color, so it's going to have an arbitrary value of color. It's going to be 0b, 3a, 65ff. Yeah, it's going to be like a dark blue. So let's go and see. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. So it's going to be chat, and then here we're going to have a span. We'll say chat to chat, something like that. Yeah, simple name, chat to chat, and then in here I want a font bold. Yeah, so it's bold and people can see what it looks like. And this is going to be a B 6FF. So this will be like a dark orange. So let me just verify this color. So it's EEA B6 then 3. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah, so this is what I want it to look like. But then I don't want a space here. I don't know why I did. Okay, so there's a space here, so I want it to be all be joined. Okay, yeah, perfect. So yes, it's starting to come out. Okay, so the first thing that I need in the form, so we go back to this form. So I just took inspiration from this form. You see this form, the first thing that's there, we have our avatar generator. Let's close this up so that we have like a neat page. Okay, yeah, so yeah, that's why I said I like to comment everything out. So yeah, because you know there's an issue whereby you come like after like 3 or 4 months back to your code and you don't remember like what you were doing. So if you get into good practice of commenting out your code, then you won't have those issues. So display the avatar. Yeah, so here it'll be displaying the avatar. Let's just put a bit of space there, and then we want a div. Okay, we want a div here, and then this div. So this is going to, we need a bit of padding, and then we need everything in that div to be centered. Then we want a space of y, yeah, 2. Then we want to justify between. Then we want a border. The border will be a gray border, 200, so it's light gray. Then a padding of 2. Yeah, this is perfect. Okay, then yeah, my intelligence is not working, so I'm just used, you know, to I've become lazy with the VS Code intelligence. So now I have to type everything out. So in image has an out tag, and then here we'll just say avatar. And then do we want any stylings? Yeah, we want it to be rounded, so we want the image to be a rounded image. So yeah, we'll say rounded full, and then we give it a height of 20 and a width of 20. So the height and width has to be 20, so that is a perfect circle. Okay, and then we want a button from Daisy UI. It's going to be type button. Yeah, that's how you do a button. Then it's class name, then btn. We don't want primary, we want outline. Okay, then yeah, this looks good. Then we want the button to say new avatar. Okay, then when you click the button, remember we have this already, it generates a new avatar when you click the button. So on click, yeah, this looks good. Let's check it out. So yeah, as the page loads, we get a avatar. When we click new avatar, we get a new avatar. So yeah, it's that simple, guys. Then after this, we want name, right? So the name is going to be a div again. Yeah, this time the div is not going to have that much styling. The div, we want it to have a label. Alright, and then the label, we'll give it a class name. Okay, the class name is going to be label. Yeah, I think that's some Daisy UI classes. Span. Yeah, and then all of this that I'm doing, let me show you where you can get it. in this case that maybe you're working on your own projects, you're working on things of your own. Okay, let me show you where you get these things. So you come here, you say Daisy UI, then you come here, then you say components, then in components we say input. Okay, and then yeah, we have the input. Then you come here where it says JSX, just copy this, and then yeah, you have your input. So that's where I'm getting all these stylings. I'm just seeing the labels and whatnot, the buttons. That's where I'm getting all these buttons from. Right, I'm just coming here and then I'm typing the component that I want, and then I'm getting it from here. Yeah, so that's where all those things are coming from. Then here we have an input. Okay, so our input has a type, and the type is text. It is a placeholder. The placeholder, yeah, enter your name. Perfect. Class name, and then class name is width full because I wanted to take the whole width, and then it's input, then it's input bordered. Okay, so these are just some nice stylings. And then value is going to be name, and then on change is going to be set the, so on change we're just setting the value to the name. Yeah, this is just basic React. And then how we're going to handle the errors. So remember, we have an error state. So how we handle the errors, we're going to do form validation, and then if there are any errors, we're going to push them into this array. So if there are any errors in the name, we need to display them below the name, right? So we'll say if there are errors in .name, okay, yeah, this is perfect. So this is what we want. So we're saying if there are errors in the name, right, then show the error, right? It will make sense once we implement this, the functionality, but in simple terms, that's what we're saying. We're saying if there's an error, then show it. Okay, so you see, enter your name. Yeah, name is done. This is good. Okay, then below name we want email, then we want password. So here we can just do a copy and paste so that we don't have to type everything out, because it's almost similar with changes to a few things. So yeah, it'll be email, and then yeah, on text just text, then enter your email, then here the value, it's not longer name, it's email, then here it's errors.email, then here is errors.email. Save that, see what it's coming out. Then below that we have password, and then confirm password. So yeah, password, then here, so we say password, enter your password, and then here we'll say password, and then password, and then password, then here password, then it's no longer text, it's password. Let's test that out. Okay, yeah, that's working. Perfect. Then below the password is confirm password. Okay, and then here it's confirm password. Then I think I just want to copy this so I don't have to type the whole thing. So confirm capital C, confirm password. Okay, confirm password, enter your password. Yeah, this makes sense. Confirm password, type of password. Yeah, enter your password, confirm your password. Confirm confirm your password. Okay, yeah, I think it's coming along. And then below that, so it's a form. The form, it needs a call to action. Okay, in our form, the div, yeah, for now let's just leave the div as it is. We have a button. The button, yeah, we'll see what it says inside. The button is going to have a type of submit. Since we wanted to submit the form, it's going to have a type of submit. And then the class names, remember the class names are coming from Daisy UI. So all these buttons, these stylings that you're seeing me put, they're coming from Daisy UI. Then this is the background that we want. Yeah, it's an arbitrary color. And then inside we want the text to be white, so we want white text. Okay, yeah, the button is looking. So inside the button, remember we have a loading, so if it's loading we want the button to say loading, right? Okay, so again this loading, we can come to Daisy UI and then we can say spinner or loading. I think they have something, so yeah, we can pick what we want. We want something small, I guess, because yeah, we don't want something big. So say the first one, yeah, the first one is too small. Yeah, we can pick the second one. So we're picking this circle. Then we come here, then we paste it in here. Okay, perfect. We save that. Then yeah, so you see chat to chat, yeah, everything is coming out. Then register. Then here to see what it looks like, we just say if not loading, then yeah, this is what the loading is going to look like. Okay, yeah, so starting to come around. Then below that, so on a form it will say, do you already have an account, you know, that type of stuff. So already have an account. Okay, so if someone already has an account, so inside this pan we want a link. The link, we're importing it from next link, and then the link is going to go to login. And then yeah, let's give it a bit of stylings. Class name, text blue 600. When you hover it, the text is going to become a deeper blue, I guess. Then it's going to say hover, and then we want it to be underlined. Yeah, this is pretty basic. Okay, then we want the link. So inside the link it's going to say login. Then here we need to force a space. So to do that, yeah, do like this. Okay, yeah, already have an account, and yeah, login. So you press that, goes to the login. Then we can come back here. Okay, yeah, not bad. So this is what we have now. Okay, then we need a way to validate this form. So we need to know what was entered, so we can do form validation. So the first thing that I'm thinking is to validate the form, but then we need to before we can do that, we need a form handler, right? So on submit, what do we want to do on submit? So on submit we want to handle submit like this. Okay, then here we want to prevent the default like this, e dot prevent default like this. Okay, so for now this is good, and then we want to set loading to true. Yeah, for now it's not bad. And then here we want to have this. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I like to just put some spaces here so it all looks nice. and then we want a try, then we want a catch. Okay, inside the catch we want to console log, then inside the try we want to validate the form. So above the handle submit we want a way to be able to validate the form. Okay, so we want to, yeah, we want to say const validate form like this. Yeah, and then the first thing we want to validate is email regex like this. So this is just some regex to validate an email, to see if an email is valid or not, right? Yeah, you don't need to know these type of things off by heart. So I just got it from Stack Overflow, I think. Okay, so say if not name.trim, then we're pushing into the new errors. Name is required. So that's how we're going to do them all. In here, if not email.trim. Okay, so here it's no longer just email, it's email or the regex. Then email is invalid if it's not. And then here is if password.length is less than 6, then yeah, so that protects on the password length. And then we'll say if password is not, then passwords are not equal. And then here we'll say set errors to new errors, right? So we're setting our errors state with this errors object, right? And then afterwards we return, okay, we return the object.keys, the new errors.length equals 0. So what this does is it goes into our new errors and then it checks, is the length 0? Then it returns a true. So if it returns a true, it means it didn't find any errors. If it returns a false, then it means it found errors, right? So with that in mind, we can now say if, right, form is not valid, then we return, right? So we're now saying if our form is not valid, then we don't want to do anything, right? If it's valid, then we want to do something. So here we can say alert, then yeah, register success, something like that. So if you come here, then you see everything is now perfect. So enter your name, enter your email, yeah, everything is now good. Then let's see here, password, confirm password, errors, yeah, everything is now good to go. So here on our loading, after everything is said and done, we want our loading back to false. Okay, so there, so it's reaching this point and then it's returning without setting the loading to false. So we can do it like this, then return, but before we return we set the loading to false. Yeah, just for some good user experience. We don't want it to keep loading. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it just tells you include everything. So we just say test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, register, then email is not valid at gmail.com. okay, register success, perfect. Okay, so yeah, now our form validation, everything is now good. So what we need to do is now we need to bring in our firebase. So to bring in firebase, we'll say we'll import the auth, and then we'll import the firestore. Okay, then we're importing it from at, yeah, like this. Okay, and then what else? We need to import create user with email and password from Firebase auth. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, so from Firebase, they give us that function code create user with email and auth, and then once we call that, it's going to register our user. Okay, so inside our try block, so yeah, if everything is good, we'll say const user credentials. Okay, yeah, we'll explain what this means. Okay, so saying user credentials await create user with email and password. We get this from Firebase auth. We pass in the auth object, which we're getting from here, and then we pass in the email, we pass in the password. Okay, yeah, so it's that simple. And then we'll say const user is equals to credential.user. So we now have a user object, and this user object, we're interested in the ID. And then once we get that, we want to create a corresponding user in the database. So we'll say doc ref. Okay, then we want to create a collection called, but then this code is wrong because this is the old way of doing it. So we're using Firebase modular. So yeah, it looks more like this, and then here the user.id is going to be the ID, and then this is the reference to the doc, but then we still need to set the doc. Wait, set doc, and then what do you want to set? The name, email, the avatar. Name, email, avatar. Yeah, this is about right. Save this, and then yeah, this is good. No thanks, no thanks. Don't know what that was saying there. Okay, and then once everything is done, there's no need to display any like success or anything. We just route the user to the home page. So just say router.push to the home page, and then after that we'll say set the errors to an empty object. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me just see if I missed anything. I think for now this is it. We save because while it's loading, everything looks good. Yeah, everything looks good. Then yeah, let's test it out. So new avatar. So let me pick a new avatar that I like. Okay, yeah, this one. Then I'll say first user. Then here I'll say first at Gmail. Then password 126. 126. Then register. Then it starts loading. Okay, then let's see why you didn't navigate us. The doc is not defined at header submit. Okay, let's go to handle submit and then see what it's saying. So handle submit doc set doc. Okay, so we didn't import. Okay, no worries. Doc and set doc from Firestore. Okay, no worries on that. Let's just try again. Okay, so new, let's create it as a female this time. Then we'll just say we'll say second user, then we'll just say second 128 123 4 5 6. Okay, register. Okay, perfect. And then you see now we're diverted to the home page. That means that if we go into our Firestore database, there should be a users collection, and the user that we created should be in there. And then the avatar URL. So this avatar URL, if you open this, should be a female avatar. Then yeah, perfect. So it means the user that we created is now going into the database. So for now that's good. And then yeah, for now let's check out the login page. How can we implement the login functionality? So the login functionality is going to be the same functionality as the register page, in the sense that we just need the name and the password, and then we remove everything else. Okay, so let's go to the login route. Yeah, so for now you have to enter the routes, but then afterwards we have like links that you can click and stuff, but for now we'll just use it this way. So copy what's in register, go to login, paste it. Okay, then we're going to edit it out. So here, instead of create with user and password, it's sign in with email and password, and then there's no, this is not necessary. The Firestore, it's not necessary. The avatar generator, it's not necessary because we're just logging in. The use effect is not necessary because we're just logging in. Use router, yeah, that's about it. Name is no longer necessary because we're just logging in. Email, avatar, so all this code is no longer necessary. Then in here we no longer need the name. Okay, but we no longer need the confirm password, so it's just email and password. And then here we no longer need this. So yeah, user credentials is now, it's now sign in with email and password like this. And then if there's a user that comes back, so it's going to be like this. It's going to be if user, so if a user comes back, then we're going to push you to, yeah, like this. We're going to push you to the home page only if we get back a user. Then yeah, we no longer need the image, we no longer need the name, we no longer need confirm password. So yeah, we're no longer registering, we are logging in. Here it's don't have an account, then register, then it takes us to the register page. Yeah, so the functionality, we already have it, but then now we're just logging in. So don't have an account, register, then we get taken to the register page. If we have an account, we click login, we get taken to the login page, then we log in. So login, perfect, we're able to log in. So yeah, that's the authentication. Yeah, pretty simple. And then yeah, now let's move on to designing the home page. Yeah, okay, so now we want to do the home page. So the home page, on the left side we're going to have the users. When you click a user, it's going to click that user, and it's going to add that user into your chat room or chat list. And then once you click that user, it creates a chat between you and that user, and then yeah, we'll go from there. So on the left side we want to have the users and the chat rooms, and then on the right side we have the actual chat room. Okay, so I think for this we need two libraries. We need React icons. Okay, which one is it? I think it's this one. Copy that. Install that. Yeah, so this is just a plug and go. Doesn't really have any other conditions. React hot toast. So this one gives us these nice toast notifications. Yeah, like this one which says making here's your toast. So we want those. We copy that, install it. Okay, so once we install that, we need to go into the root of our application, which is the layout folder. So we close this, so we no longer need this. We go into the layout. So yeah, instead of calling this create, we just say chat app, yeah, something like that. And then here we import the toast library that we just, so it's called toaster, like this. And then we need to wrap our children inside it. So it's like if you're coming from React, this is like our index, it's like our index file. All right, so we just put this here, and then it has a position. Where do you want it to come from? So I want it to be bottom center. Okay, perfect. So yeah, that's done. That's it for now. You can close that, and then in here, this is most definitely going to be a use client, and then we need React use state and use effect. So we need both, and then we need import. So we need the app, we need the Firestore. Okay, from perfect. Then so we need to get the current logged in user to check who is currently logged in. So they give us something called a get auth, then an on auth state change. Okay, then we also need to get the user from the DB, because remember we have the user in the DB. So get dog from Firebase Firestore, and then we need to be able to navigate that user not there. We need to be able to navigate that user back to the login. And yeah, I think for now that's it. And then here we initialize the auth object with the get auth. Then inside the get auth we put the app. Then we have a const user, set user, then const route use router, something like this, and then we need to get that user from the back end, and then we need to console log that user. Okay, so yeah, we need a use effect like this, and then inside that use effect we'll say const unsubscribe. Okay, let's see, return unsubscribe. Okay, let's see. So unsubscribe auth sync user, get the user, we check if the user is there, then use ref firestore users user ID, we get the we await, we get the doc, then pass in the auth, because sometimes the auth comes in late. Then we need to pass in the router. Okay, so if the user is not there, you need to push it to the login. Return and subscribe. So this is more of like a cleanup function. And then here we'll say console.log user. So here if we go back and we open our console log, we should see the user. Okay, so again object, and then you see second user with our avatar URL. So yeah, this code is working. It's getting us our user. Let's just comment that out so that we're not having like lots of console logs on the end. We delete this. Okay, so now this main one, right? We need two sections. So it's going to be red, it's going to be hide screen. Okay, because we always want it to be hide screen. And then I like to comment, so here we'll say left. Okay, so it's going to have a left side, and it's going to have a right side. So on the left side, div, so let's call this left side class name flex shrink like this, flex shrink 0 like this. Then it's going to have a width 12, yeah, like this. And then this would be right, and then this would be a flex grow. We save that, check out what it looks like, and then yeah, this is good. So we have something on the left, we have something on the right. So that's what we want. And then so on the left we're going to have the users, then on the right we're going to have the chat rooms. Okay, so right now in our components folder we need to create these components, right? So we're going to have on On the left we're going to have the users. So yeah, we'll say users.js rfce, then chat room. So we use camel casing, chat room.js rfce. Okay, we save that. Yeah, so this part is mostly going to be concerned with the UI. So the functionality will do it, but let's get the UI out of the way so that you see what it looks like. And then I think the UI will make sense then. Okay, so on the left side, we want users. Okay, so it auto imports. To do that, you delete the S, you put an S, then you press enter, then it auto imports. On the right side, we want the chat room. You see here, it's suggested for me. I press enter, it auto imports. We save that, we go back. So here we have users, we have chat rooms. Okay, perfect. So in the users, that's where we want to start with. Okay, so in the users, we're going to have what is known as a user card. So this is going to be what's going to be displaying the users. RFCE. So when you see me do RFCE, I'm using an extension. It's called ES7. So it's this extension that I'm using, ES7 snippets. So it allows you to, when you type RFCE, it allows you to be able to autocomplete. So if I do this RFCE, I press enter, then it autocompletes for me. So that's the extension that I'm using. Okay, perfect. Then here, user card, we save that, we come here. So here we need the user card. We need to import it here. So React, let's just get the imports done with. So yeah, I'm going to be using state. Then here, I need the user card. Okay, done. Then function users. Okay, so we go back to the page. So on the page, I need to pass down the user object that we got back from the database. Remember, here we're getting back the user, and then here we're setting it as a user. So yeah, it's going to be user, and then user. Okay, perfect. Then yeah, it's going to be user. So we now have access the user in the users. Okay, so now we say const tab. So we have different tabs, and then okay. So this is going to be like a state. Active tab, first tab. So we're going to have two tabs, users and then chats. Why? Because you don't want to create different pages to the users. Like when you go on Facebook or WhatsApp and you want to communicate with someone, you have to go to a link to create these users, and then on Facebook it's add a friend, on WhatsApp you just click and then it goes into the personal chat room. So yeah, we don't want to do complications like that. It's going to be very, very simple so that you guys can get the concepts. So it's going to be just a toggle where we can say users, chat rooms. So it's not going to be overly complicated. So that's why I'm making it. I'm trying to make it super simple for you guys. So yeah, it's not going to be the tab change and the tab click. Yeah, same thing, but yeah, I would prefer to name it this. Okay, perfect. Okay, then inside the tab, so it's going to be a main body, and then we want it to have a shadow. So a shadow makes things look like a card, like kind of. Then overflow auto, margin top of 4, margin bottom of 20. Okay, yeah, then div class name, flex, justify between. So justify between creates a space between of all the available space that's there. Button, class name, then it's going to have backticks. Where are my backticks? Okay, it's going to be btn outline, and then active tab, if it's equals to users, then it's going to be btn. Okay, it's going to be btn primary. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's a mistake here. Okay, perfect. So it's going to be btn primary, or it's going to be nothing. Okay, then we close this, then the button will say users. Yeah, I'll explain what I'm doing just in a moment. Then on click, so when you click that, it's going to handle the tab change, and then it's going to set it to users. So these are static buttons, one for users, then one is going to be for the chat rooms. So this button is going to be a blue button, yeah, because that's the active button. So btn outline, btn primary. If it's users, so if it's not user, let's say user like this, then this button is going to be gray. Okay, so what I did here, I'm saying if the tabs are currently on users, then this button must have this color, so we see the button that's currently active. Basically, that's all it's doing. And then we want to copy this, and then we want to paste it, and then here we'll say chat rooms like this. Yeah, chat rooms like that. And then yeah, and then so yeah, we're now changing this to chat rooms. Here we're now changing this to chat rooms. Then we save this, so we now have a toggle, right? You see, we now have a toggle. So that's how you create a toggle. Okay, very, very simple stuff. Okay, so now here we're going to have two divs, and then this div is going to say if the active tab is equal to we'll start with chat rooms. Okay, what happened there? I imported chat room. Does chat room exist? Yes, it does. Okay, so it's supposed to be like this. So if it's equal to chat rooms, okay, this doesn't have, so this is not, this is like this. Okay, so if it's equal to chat rooms, right, this is what we want to do. So in here we want to have the chat room like this. Okay, if it's equal to chat room, no, we don't want to have the chat room, so we want to have the user, because we want to reuse. I'm trying to think, this user card we can reuse it for chat room. So for chat room it will be like it'll be like an avatar here, and then the name of the user, and then the last message that they sent. But then if it's not a chat room, it's just going to be the name and the avatar, so we can reuse this card. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, it'll be the user card, so that we can just create a component that we can just reuse. Okay, perfect. User card, let's go back to user card. Okay, that's perfect. And then here it's user. Okay, so it's like this. Then in here I'm thinking we have an h1, so that is like a heading. Come on, h1, and then in that h1 it will say chat rooms like this, and then let's just style it up a bit so that it doesn't look too bad. Padding, text of base, font of semi-bold like this. Yeah, this won't look too bad. Do we need the user? I'm trying to think if we need the user object. We don't, so let's pass down some static information. Okay, so name, will say name is Katy Perry. Avatar, URL, okay, let's just take the suggestion that they're giving us. Okay, then latest message. Okay, then time. Yeah, time, we can say this. Then type, we'll say chat. Okay, perfect, like this. And then yeah, we can duplicate this. We can do it like this. Okay, so yeah, we can even duplicate it like that. Okay, and then for, so this was for active tab, and then let's just copy and paste it. Don't think there's harm in that. Copy and paste. Then instead of chat room, it's users. Then here it's users, but then the users, I saw it didn't have a capital letter. Name, avatar, last text sent message, we don't need this. Then type is going to be user. Then let's just have it as one. Okay, we save that, so nothing will be there, but they need to just show you like here it'll be 2, here it'll be 1. So yeah, now it's our responsibility to make this component. So in this component we need to destructure everything that we pass through. Okay, so we destructure the name, the avatar, the last message, the time, and the type. So we destructure everything that we sent through, and then yeah, so this card is going to be, it's going to have a class name of flex, item center, padding of 4, border bottom, border gray of 200. It's going to be relative. Then is on hover, it's going to have a cursor of pointer. Okay, yeah, this is just some basic stylings that we're having, and then I always like to comment. So yeah, it's an avatar on the left, then div, then div, then image with a source, with an out tag. Yeah, like this. We'll sort out the styling after. Okay, so what kind of styling do we want? We want a flex shrink 0, margin right of 4, and then the position will be relative. Okay, this looks right. Then the inner div is going to be width. So the inner div for this one, I just put it so that I can round the image. Rounded full overflow hidden. Okay, then yeah, then we have, so the source is going to be, since we're passing it down, it's going to be avatar URL. Then here the out tag will just say avatar. Then it's going to be a width of full, it's going to be a height of full, it's going to be object ob, yeah, object cover. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Then yeah, also that image was a Twitter image, but yeah, doesn't matter. But you see it's now coming out, right? It's now coming out. Okay, so that's the avatar on the left, and then here we want to check what type it is. So remember, for type of message, so if it's type chat room, here we want it to have the last message, but then if it's type user, we can't have last message. That doesn't make sense. So we need to, that's why I'm saying this component is a smart component, because we're reusing it, right? So if it's type chat, okay, we want it to behave a certain way. Okay, then we have a div. This is the main div. So in our main div is going to be flex1. Then in our inner div it's going to be flex items center. Then justify space between, so it means take available space in between these elements. Then it's going to be an h2. So the h2 is going to have, it's going to say the name. Remember, we're passing down all these details from above. And then the name is going to be a text of large, a font of semi-bold. Yeah, this looks good. And then we want a span. Yeah, like this. Then the span will just be for time. And then below this I want a p tag. Okay, the p tag text gray 500, text small, then it's going to show the latest message. Yeah, then we also wanted to truncate. So truncate means that if it's too long, then add those 3 dots at the end, those ellipsis dots. Okay, yeah, I think for this that's enough. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything we've missed. I doubt. Yeah, let's save and then just see what it looks like. Chat room, perfect. So this is what it looks like now. And then on users, we copy this, we paste it, and then here we'll say users. And then for users we want, so users doesn't have a time, it doesn't even make sense to put a time there, and it doesn't have this. Okay, we save, and then but users has a name, right? So the name should come out. So users, let's refresh that. Okay, let's check again. Users, the name, yeah, x1. So let's just say test. Okay, go back here. Did we include a name? Users, active tab, users. Yeah, we have a name. Yeah, we have a name. Okay, user card, name, then type is there, type. Okay, so type users. Okay, then Katy Perry test. We come here, we remove the tests. Okay, perfect. So yeah, now this is good. So this is how it's going to be working. So yeah, I think for now this is standard. Okay, then we go back to the page. So we close this, we users, we close this, and then we come back here to the home page. So here we have this chat room user, right? So this chat room user, let's give him the user object. We save, so we've given him the user object, and then so this chat room object, this is going to be storing the message like on the right is going to be storing the message UI essentially when the users are communicating. So this will be that part that stores this UI. So we go to chat room. So inside chat room we need 2 components. We need a message card. Yeah, so for now it's just UI, don't worry about it. We'll go through all the implementation afterwards. Then the message input, so this input sits at the bottom. Okay, so in the chat room we are going to destructure that user object that we're getting, const, then we're going to create a bunch of fake messages. Okay, the message is going to be like ID is 1, sender who sent the message. Then we'll say the message was sent by J.T. Perry. Then the avatar URL there. Then the content. So call it content. Okay, hey, how are you? Then time, 2 hours ago. Perfect. And yeah, so that we don't have one, we'll say the second user is ID of 2. Then sender. So in this case, sender will be Douglas. So this will be me. Okay, then we need an avatar. Then content. Then time. Yeah, like this. So yeah, for now this should suffice. Okay, yeah, then inside this we have a class name of flex column. Then we have a height of screen. Okay, then inside here we have 2 divs. Okay, so this div, we'll give it a class name. Okay, then it'll be flex of 1 over flow y of auto, padding of 10. Okay, perfect. Then inside here we're going to loop through the messages that we just created. So we're going to map through those messages. Okay, then we're going to map through the messages. Okay, and just messages.map. Then it's like this message, then it's like this, then it's like this, then it's like that. Perfect. Then inside that we're going to import the message card that we just created. So this will be to display an individual message. We'll give it a key. The key is going to be the message.id, since that's something which is unique. And then we pass in the message. So we pass in the message that we just looped over. So this will be an individual message. Then we pass in the current logged in user. Okay, yeah, I think this is about right. So now it's just going to be showing you the message card, since we have 2 messages, right? We're going to code out that and get it to look nice. So then below everything, okay, I forgot to put my comments. So here is my message input. Okay, then here is my message cards, like this. Then here is message input, like this. Okay, perfect. So here, so you see message input, then message card, and then here this is at the bottom. So what should we start with? We should start with the message card. Yeah, we should start with the message card. So inside the message card we're getting a message, and then we're getting a user. Okay, then we need to determine if the message was sent from me or from the other user. So is message from me, then message.sender is equals to user. Yeah, something like that. Okay, perfect. And then let's check user Douglas, then message.sender Douglas. Yeah, this is in its most simplest form. We're going to improve on that later on. Okay, then the div will give it a key. The key will be message.id. Okay, then here, so the stylings, they're going to be dynamic stylings depending on who's looking at this message. Because remember, when the message is from us, we want it to be a certain color. When it's from another user, we want it to be at a certain, like, left or right. So yeah, that's why we need that is message from me. Then if it is we justify end, else we justify start. Okay, okay, so this is the outer div, and then yeah, so inside we want, okay, we want the avatar on the left. Okay, perfect. And then it's going to be div class name, then this is going to be like this, then it's going to be width of 10, height of 10, then is message from me. If it is, we want a margin left 2, else we want a margin right of 2, so margin left of 2, margin right of 2. Okay, then we want an image, the source, the out. Okay, the stylings with full, height full, rounded full, object cover, perfect. Save that. Yeah, so if the message is from Katy Perry, it's going to be on the left. If it's from Douglas, it's going to be on the right, because I'm Douglas. So for now it's following the rules. Okay, then on the right side, on the left side we have an avatar, on the right side we have a message bubble. Okay, then in this message bubble it's going to be, so everything styling wise, text white, padding of 2, rounded of medium. Then if it's from me, what do we want to do here? We want a background of blue 500, and we want it to be self end. If it's not from me, we want a custom background. It's going to be 19 D39E. Then it's going to be self start, like this. Then inside here we're going to have a p tag, and then this p tag is going to have the message dot content. So it's going to contain the contents of the message. Yeah, then below that we're going to have a div. Okay, this div is going to be the message dot time. Okay, then it's going to be text access, text gray 300, like this. We save, then yeah, let's see where we went wrong. Okay, so the main tag, it's flex margin bottom 4, justify end, justify start, that's correct. Width, height, margin left, margin right, that's correct. We have an image of width full, height full, object cover, rounded full, because we want a rounded image. Then the bubble, yeah, so the bubble is where the issue is becoming. So yeah, the bubble is going to be text of white, padding of 2, rounded of medium. Then if the message is from me, it's going to be like this. So there was a number, then self end, perfect. Then here self start, perfect. Then text 300, we save that. Okay, yeah, but then still not looking good. Okay, so yeah, so I think this part is good. Yeah, so the next part we need to do the message input. So this is the part that will be sorting out the inputs. And remember, we downloaded a package called React Icons. Let's just check. I don't remember if we did. Yeah, we did. We downloaded a package called React Icons. So we're going to need that for the message input. So we come onto the message input, and then we need to import. It's called FA paper clip. And then, is that the correct spelling? Because if you misspell, then it breaks the web. It's FA paper plain. Yeah, so that's just the two that we need, and then we should be good to go. So input needs to be stuck at the bottom, flex, then flex, flex, then item center. We need a padding of 4, a border top, then border gray of 200. Okay, then I like to comment stuff out. Attach file. Yeah, this is correct. So yeah, we'll be able to attach files, and then you're going to see how it looks. So it's going to be paperclip, then class name. Okay, let's see. It's text gray. We needed it to be around 500. Then margin right so that it has like a space. Then yeah, the rest is correct. Then we need the input. So yeah, we're going to use an input type text. Okay, let's sort out the design. That's not what I want for the stylings. Let's sort this out. So I want flex 1. Then I don't want the default border that comes with an input. Then outline none. So I want my input to be kind of like this, right? And then we want something to be able to send, right? How are we going to send these messages? Yeah, it's like it's reading my mind, right? And then this looks good. Let's save and see. Okay, yeah, then somehow we forgot. We made a mistake. That's what I was talking about. When you make a mistake, it breaks the app. So it's FA paper clip. So yeah, it's a small c. Yeah, so be careful with your spellings. Any wrong spelling, it breaks the app. Yeah, perfect. And then you see, this is what I'm talking about. We now have an input. This we can send. Yeah, we'll be able to attach the files. Okay, perfect. So yeah, this is just UI. Then in the next part we'll do functionality. Okay, so now we need to add the functionality. Okay, so let's not close it per se, but we need message card, message. Yeah, let's just close it. Okay, users. So go back to users. Okay, so right now we're passing in these directly. So what we would like to do is to get the users from the database. Okay, so get all users that are in the database. We don't need this chat room. Don't know why it's there. Okay, so definitely it's going to be a use client, since we're going to be use client. Yeah, chat app is yeah, it's a dream for you, for a chat app to be server side rendered. Chat app is mostly just going to be client side. Oh, use state, we have it. So it's going to be use effect, then import Firestore, then we need the app. Yes, then we need import. So we need collection. Okay, that's the first thing that we need from Firestore. Then we need on snapshot, because we need it to be real time. We need query. We need add doc. We need server timestamp. We need where, and we need get docs. So these are all just functions that Firebase gives us. Then here we need get auth, we need sign out. So we need to be able to sign out. Yeah, I think that's it. We need the toast. So it's a small t. Okay, then we need the router, but not from next router. Yeah, you never get it from next router, you always get it from next navigation, I think. Yeah, there's something wrong with my IntelliSense. You know, it should be helping me in all these things. Okay, so we have the user, but then now to avoid confusion, so I'm thinking, how can we name it in a way that avoids confusion? User data, because we have a user, then we have the user data. So yeah, so yeah, we can just call it user data so that it doesn't confuse me. User data, we didn't pass it anyway, so for now that's good. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do, we just need to create the states for everything. So below this we need loading, const loading, set loading, const loading to, yeah, for lack of a better name, const users. Okay, so these are all the users that you're getting. Then const user chat rooms. So we also want to get the chat rooms that you're part of, because you're going to have chat rooms that you're part of. Then we want to get the user router and initialize it. Okay, good. Then so get all users, right? So we want to get all the users in the database. So here we use a use effect. Use effect. Okay, like this, and then inside there we'll say set loading to true, so it starts to load everything up. Then we'll say const task query, like this, we get all the users. Then const on subscribe, k task query on snapshot, like this. Yeah, okay, then we want to return unsubscribe. Okay, perfect. We're setting the users. Then okay, query dot docs dot map, we get the ID, then we get the data. Okay, then let's console log the users. Okay, so yeah, we should be getting some users back. So yeah, it's one user. Okay, so what we need to do now, we need the logout button so that I can create another user, because we have one user and that user is ourselves, and we don't want a situation whereby we're talking to ourselves. So let's have a button, and then this button, it'll be for logging out. Okay, where's the buttons? So it's BT and outline, so just copy this button, but then instead of having all these other things, it's going to be like this. Okay, so it's BT and outline, and then it's just going to say logout. Okay, yeah, so for design, I think you can improve the system on design wise, but then I'm just going to be giving you guys, like, yeah, because the design is simple, you can improve the design. So it'll be sign out auth dot then logout toast. Yeah, this is correct, but then we don't want to say logout. Yeah, we can say logout success, doesn't matter. Then on logout, we just handle the logout, then it navigates back to the username. Okay, like this. Okay, perfect. And then yeah, this looks good. So here when you click log out, it logs out successful, then it takes you back. So here let's create, so we have a profile called second. Let's create this one, we'll call it Douglas, so we know that this is our real profile that we're using. Okay, then 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, then we register. Okay, we save that. Okay, now let's check. We must now have 2 users. Okay, we're still getting 1 user, so it's avatar. Let's check second. Okay, let's refresh. Okay, let's check why are we still getting 1 user. Okay, right now there's nothing there. Am I console logging any users? Okay, so I'm actually not console logging anything. Okay, set users. Okay, let's console log. Yeah, I thought I was. Okay, console log. Okay, so yeah, we're getting 2 users back. Okay, so we're good. Yeah, I thought we were console logging, but I guess we weren't. Okay, so I'm thinking once we have the users, we want to display these users, right? But then the way that we want to display these users, we don't want to display your profile, right? So we want to display the users where the ID is not equal to your ID, right? If that makes any sense, because you don't want to be able to see yourself here. So let's delete this. Then we come here. So yeah, these are the users. So above the user card, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Should we do it above the user card? Because the user card, or we can do it, yeah, I'm thinking we do it above the user card, and then yeah, somewhere here. Yeah, that makes sense. Then if it's loading, yeah, let's not get into that yet. So for now, it's user dot id is not equal to user data dot id. Then we want to display that, so like this. Like this. Okay, tap. Okay, what's happening here? Let's see. Okay, is this it? Then we get this, rid of this. Just like this. Okay, yeah, like this, something like this, so that it won't show unless it's like this, but then we still need to map it, right? So we still need to map, so like this, user dot, yeah, I think that's a better way of doing it, like that. We save, we go back, it shouldn't show our one. So it's where user ID is not equal to user data dot ID. Okay, let's debug this. Okay, so let's say console.log users, then here console.log user data.id. Okay, then let's check it out. So we shouldn't be able to see Douglas. Okay, so user ID is undefined. Okay, that's why it's not getting anything. So it's coming out where it says user data, then we come back to user data, and then the issue is user data is not pulling in the ID. So if we come here and the get doc ref, and then the const user data is equals to, yeah, so here where it says const user data, we delete this, then we do it like this, we destructure ID, so it's something like this. We save that, let's go back. Okay, let's see. So it's user snap dot id, then user snap dot data. Okay, let's refresh this. Okay, let's console log the user, yeah. Then we'll say user from main, like this. So I see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. Yeah, it's now coming in. So I think it needed to refresh. Okay, so that's good now. So everything is now working on this side. We're no longer seeing ourselves. So this line is now working, where it says that if the ID is not equal to our ID, we don't show anything. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now what we need to do, once you click, so yeah, on the user card, or we can even do it above the user card. Is there something above it? Let me check. Yeah, we can put something above the user card. Yeah, we can do that. So above the user card we can have a div. So yeah, let's just get rid of this. Then here we'll say div like this. No, above this. Okay, here we'll say div. Okay, let's check if that works. Yeah, like this, perfect. So here we have a div, we'll say key is user.id, and then on click. So when you click this thing, we wanted to create a chat with that user. Create chat with that user. Okay, right now it's going to give us an error because create chat doesn't exist. But then we come here, then we say const create chat, then we have that user. Perfect. Okay, no, yeah, it's kind of the way, but not really. Okay, so the code to create a chat is a bit much, so bear with me on this one. Okay, so do we need loading? Not for this one. So we check if chat room already exists. So if chat room already exists, we want to take you to the chat room. We don't want to create it, right? So we'll say const existing chat room. Okay, existing chat room equals, so yeah, not this is very wrong. Okay, so it's query, so that's why we imported query, and then collection. So in Firestore, right? So the collection, we're going to call it chat rooms. Right, we want the chat rooms. Okay, where users, Okay, it's not an array contains, where users is equals to, and then here user data.id. Okay, so it's user data.id and user.id, user data.id, like this. Okay, so if this exists, so if a chat room like this exists, right, we don't want to add anything, right? So right now we just created a query, right? And then the actual checking, we're going to do it now. Okay, so we're going to have a try, and then catch. Okay, okay, try and catch, toss that error, then it's going to show us the error message there, and then in here is going to be const existing chat room snapshot. Okay, then we get the data, and then we check. So if existing data.length is equals to 0, then chat room already exists. Okay, perfect. Then chat room does not exist, we create a chat room, right? So if the chat room doesn't exist, we create one. So if the chat room exists, then we display that, hey, the chat room exists. So if it doesn't exist, we say const user data is equals to, then we'll say user data dot id, okay, is equals to the user data. So this will be you, and then the other user. Okay, then so this is the data of the users, then this is the chat room data. So the chat room data will be users, okay, like this, users data, like this. Yeah, so this is users data. Okay, that's what we want. And then timestamp is server timestamp, then last message is now. Okay, perfect. Then const chat room ref is equals to await add dog to the collection chat rooms, and then the chat room data. And then once that's done, we'll say console.log chat room has been created. And then once that chat room has been created, we'll set active tab to chat rooms. Okay, yeah, so we've created a chat room, so we've gotten the users. Once you click a user, it creates a chat room. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's see why that's showing. I messed something up here. Okay, perfect. So yeah, if I click this, then it pushes me to the chat rooms. Then if I come here and refresh everything, I must have a new table called chat rooms with me, the person who clicked, and the other person that I clicked. So it should be me and the second user. So it should be Douglas and second user. So here chat rooms, and then it's me and the other user, so it's Douglas and second user. And then if I go back here and I click again, chat room already exists. So perfect. So that's now working like clockwork. Okay, so now we need to open a chat room, right? So when you click an existing chat room, so here where it says chat rooms, we should be able to see the existing chat rooms. So yeah, that's the first part, right? We should be able to fetch existing chat rooms so that we know like which chat rooms are existing between these users. Okay, so we got the users, then now we need to get the chat rooms. So below where we got the users, get all users, get users chat rooms. Okay, then that's a use effect that we then just close right away. Okay, perfect. Then in this use effect, let's set loading to true, and then if user data is empty, then we return, else chat rooms query. Then let's check it out. So it's query firestore chat rooms where users array contains user data.id. Perfect. Yeah, this is a perfect one. Const unsubscribe. Let's see if it gets this right. Then we need to call that. Okay, perfect. So chat room query on snapshot, chat rooms, then snapshot data.map. It gets the ID, it gets the doc, says the chat rooms. Yeah, this is good. And then we go to chat room. Let's see. Chat room. So instead of this, we delete this. Okay. Type users. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So yeah, inside here we need a div. So something like what we had here. Okay, so we need a div. Okay, but only after we've mapped. So it's going to be more of like chat. Okay, let's see. Get chat rooms, user chat rooms, user chat rooms. Okay, let's see. User chat rooms. Yeah, this is the one. So we need to map through the user chat rooms. We map through, we get a single chat room, then it's like this, then we get a single chat room. Okay, like this. Yeah. Okay, we get a single chat room, then the name, chat room, user data, then yeah, that's not correct. So it's user data, then inside the user data it's chat room dot users dot find by ID then we need an arrow function where ID is not equal to user data. Yeah, don't worry, I'll explain. Okay, dot name. Perfect. So here I was saying go into the user object, the chat room object, and then get the other user who's not me. Because remember, when you're displaying these users, you display the other user as the chat room, right? Simple. Then here we just copy this, and then we paste it here, like that. And then yeah, then everything else chat. Let's check. Okay, second user. Yeah, chat room. Second user 2 hours ago. Perfect. Yeah, this is exactly what we want. So when you click this, instead of creating a chat, we want to open a chat. So we come here and we say const open chat, like this. And then, so when you click open chat, we need a way to set this chat, push this chat, and then pass it on to the chat room object, to the chat room component, right? So how do we do that? We have to go back to the parent component, and then you see right now we're in users, but then we need to get this chat room to chat room, right? So here we can do what's known as prop drilling. So this is not the best way. The best way would be to have a global state like Redux, ZooStand, something like that. But then yeah, not make the video long. We can just do prop drilling. It's not going to be that difficult. We can pass down the prop, we set it from the user, and then we pass it to the chat room. So yeah, it's not going to be that difficult. So here we'll say const selected chat room. Okay, then this selected chat room, we're going to pass it down to the user, and then we're going to pass it down to the chat room. So in the user, we're going to pass down set selected chat room, set selected chat room. Then in the user, we're going to pass selected chat room, selected chat room, like this. And then we need to destructure. Remember, whenever you pass something, you need to then come here, and then you need to destructure it. So whilst we're there, we now have access to the chat room, and then when you click open chat, you get the chat room. Then you say const data, okay, then ID is going to be chatroom.id, then my data, okay, my data is going to be user data, then other data, so this is going to be the other user, like this. Let me just verify everything. So chatroom ID, my data is user data, other data, chatroom dot user data. Then we're filtering chatroom dot users dot find ID, where ID is not equal to user data dot ID. Okay, perfect. Then okay, so here we then set the selected chat room to the data. Then we're done. Okay, perfect. Then chat room. So yeah, now let's go to chat room. Where's chat room? And then yeah, in chat room we need to destructure the selected user, the selected chat room, and then console log selected chat room. Then here we'll say from chat room. We want to see if whenever we click a chat, the chat is reaching the chat room. That's what we want to test here, right? We click, nothing is, chat room already exists. Okay, so we're on the wrong page. Okay, let's clear this. Chat rooms. Okay, come on. Users, chat rooms. Okay. Okay, user chat room dot map. Yeah, we didn't verify. Did we verify if this is working? Okay, loading. Chat rooms. In chat rooms, yes. Create chat. Get user chat rooms. Yeah, we didn't verify this one. Console.log user chat rooms. Then let's check. This is line 69. User chat rooms. Okay. Let's just check why this is empty. Get all chat rooms. So let's check the query. So if user data is then we return, but then we need to pass in the user data because it might be empty, but then when it's now populated, we need to get the data. Okay. Okay, you can come back to these errors later. Okay, so user data is now there. Then chat room query, we're looking in the chat rooms, is that correct? Let's go and check chat rooms. Yes, that's correct, so we must be getting this. Okay, then in the chat rooms we're looking in users. Does the chat room have users? Yes, it has users. And then in that users we're looking, array contains user data.id. Okay, user data.id. Do we have user data? Yes, we do. Okay, then const unsubscribe on snapshot query dot snapshot, then const chat rooms query dot snapshot dot map, then we get the ID. Okay, let's check here the chat rooms, console.log chat rooms. Let's see what it looks like here. Okay, chat rooms. Okay, so yeah, we're getting something. Okay, we're getting something here. Okay, second user chat rooms, then we click this. So from chat room object, we're now getting it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so sometimes we run into issues and then we debug them. It's no big deal. It's just part of, part of development. You're going to run into a lot of issues that you have to debug. Okay, so yeah, that's good for now. And then now let's work from the chat room. So now we've clicked our chat room, we're now in the chat room. Then so in our chat room we now want to fetch the messages. So yeah, I'm aware we don't have messages now, but we must just fetch like we have messages, right? So we must just fetch like as if we have messages, even though like right now we don't have messages yet, right? Or I think a better way of doing it would be to send the messages first, right? Yeah, that would be the better way of doing it, but we can do it both ways. But I think, yeah, I think for now that's the better way of doing it. Okay, so yeah, we need a use state, a use state, a use effect, and then a use ref. Okay, then from Firestore we need, so we need Firestore from our lib, and then from Firestore we need add doc, because we need to add, we were adding something. We need collection, we need doc, we need server timestamp, we need on snapshots, we need query, we need where, we need order by, then we need update doc. Okay, yeah, so that's what we need. Then we have the user, then we have the selected room. Okay, then here we need to decide who is who. So const me selected chat room dot my data. Okay, so that will be me. Then const the other person will be selected chat room dot, then const chat room ID will be the selected chat room dot ID. Okay, then const message, so we have message, then const messages, then const messages container ref. Okay, yeah, thinking why there's a, okay, so we need to delete these messages that we're having, right? Because now we're going to be having real messages, right? So if we save this, the messages are going to be gone. It's going to be blank. Okay, then if we come here, the first thing that we need to do, we need to put the messages. So in the message input, we need to say send message is equals to send message. Okay, then we need to pass the message, then we need to pass the set message, then here we need a const send message. It's going to be like this. Then yeah, then in message input we need to destructure, and then we can so here we need to destructure the send message function so that we can call it like this, and then here in the input it's going to be like value message, then on change it's going to be like this, set the event, so it's going to be event dot target dot value like this. Okay, then when you click the paper plane, it's going to be on click because the function we're passing it down. Okay, then we're going to send the message. Okay, perfect. And then yeah, the message function. So when you click send message, we need to send the message into the database. So put message into DB. So send message. Remember, we've imported everything, so it's going to be const message collection. It's going to be, let's see, Firestore. No, it's not going to be like this. So it's going to be, we're going to call it messages like this. Yeah, like this. We want it to be simple, right? And then if message.trim, so if the message is empty, we don't do anything because we don't want to be putting in empty messages into our database. So if the message is empty, we do nothing, right? Then here is try, then here is catch. So any issues that we run into, we just want to console log. So say console.log, we console log the error. Then here we need to pass the error through. Okay, then yeah, so we need to construct what a message is going to be like. So the message is going to have so the message is going to belong to a chat room. So chat room ID is going to be chat room ID, and then sender will be me.id. Then we're gonna have what we call the content. The content is going to be the message. Then we're gonna have the time, which is gonna be the server.timestamp. Then we're gonna have an image. Okay, then we're gonna have message type, which is gonna be text like this. Okay, so this is what we're gonna be sending. Then we're gonna add the doc, the message collection, the message data. Then we're gonna set it to empty. Okay, then remember each chat room has a last message. So what we want to do, we want to go and update the chat room with the message that was sent, right? So every latest message is the last message, right? So yeah, okay, perfect. Const chat room like this, then chat room Firestore chat rooms, chat room ID, then await update doc, room ref, last message, then message.data, Perfect. Okay, so let's do it. Let's test it out. So testing. Okay, nothing is writing. Let's go back and check. Okay, let's see. Message on change set. Okay, I forgot to set message. Yeah, I'm sure you guys saw the mistake. Let me just correct it. Yeah. Okay, then testing, then we send 1 2 3. Okay, let's see what the issue is. Okay, let's go back. Let's see. Okay, let's see if the message went through. Okay, so yeah, the message went through. Testing. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what's the issue with this? If you want, okay, I think I understand what the issue is. Chat room messages.map. Okay, which page is the error on? Because the issue is, because I've had this issue before, it's basically this time object, right? So it's saying that you're trying to display this time object, but before it was simple. Because remember, before it was just like 2 hours, 3 hours ago, but now it's a server timestamp, and a server timestamp is a nested object. So it's like saying you're trying to display a nested object, but you're trying to do it inside. You're trying to do it inside like a text. So I'm trying to think like where would I be getting this error from? Because right now I don't think there's any way where I'm consuming this data from. I think I see the issue. So here where it says last message, I sent the message data instead of, so it's just supposed to send the message. So now it's an object and now it can't be read. Yeah, silly mistake. Okay, come here, save this, then we come back here. So here where it says last message, we delete this part. Then let's refresh. Okay, chat rooms. Yeah, now it's not working. Yeah, so there was a small mistake. Okay, so now that we have messages going through, we now need I'm thinking we now need a way to get those messages. Okay, let's go and get the messages. So users, chat room, close the users, send message. So above send message, let's have a use effect. Then this use effect, it will take in a chat room ID as its dependency. Okay, then in here we'll say if not chat room ID, then we return const unsubscribe, then firestore messages where chat room ID is equals to chat room ID, order by time in ascending order. Yeah, this is good. Then const message snapshot, we get the ID, we get the message. This is good. We set the message, and then yeah, then we need to return and subscribe. Yeah, this looks good. And then let me just look through the code again. Yeah, it looks good. And then we map through. Did we pass it into the messages? Yes, we did. Let's go here. We go here, we map through the messages. Okay, so let's see. Let's console log it. Console.log messages. Okay, so we go to chat room, then we click this. see. So it's saying firebase firestore unquote error in fires. Okay, so when you see this error, it means that, so here when we're using an ascending or a descending, it needs an index. So you come here and then you click this, then it's going to take you to Firebase, where it's going to build that index for you. Then you say save, just follow whatever it's saying, then it's building the index. So once the index is done, then we'll be able to see our data. But in the meantime, yeah, it takes about 5 minutes. So instead of just waiting for that, let's go and finish our message card. So inside our message card, we're bringing in message user. We go back to the chat room. We need to, so message card user, message, then instead of user, we're going to say me. Then we bring in the me that we created, then other, then other. Save that. We go to the message card, then we need to get the message, we need to get the me, then we need to get the other. Okay, so yeah, it's now me.id. okay, is message from me, sender dot, yeah, that looks good. And then we need to install a package called moment, so npm install moment. So this is for time. It allows us to be able to format time in the server.timestamp in a nice way. So say time ago equals timestamp. It's going to take in the timestamp, and then const date is equals to time dot to date, like this. Then const moment date is equals to moment date, then return moment date dot from now. We close this, return like this. Yeah, then that's good. And yeah, is there anything else I left? So now on time, instead of saying message.time, we'll say time ago. Then we put this in brackets, we save, we go back to Firebase. So that's done, rendered, doing its thing. We refresh, we come back, we click, moment is not defined. So here we need to import moment from moment. We save that, open, we click the chat room, then we get our message testing. Why is the image not showing? So we come back here. Okay, we come back here, then so remember the image, we want to show the image of the other user, right? So we come here, and then for image we'll say, so yeah, it's a bit tricky, right? Because remember, on each message we're not storing the image. So here we'll say but then we have the user object for us, and then we have the user object for that user. So on the image we need to ask a question. We need to say like this, so is image from me? So if the image is not from me, we do this, right? Then here is message from me. Okay, then yeah, like this. So we're showing the image depending on, you see, so now the image shows depending on who's the owner and stuff. Yeah, okay, so now let's test. Hello, send. Okay, but then this is wrong because then we're the one that are sending and then it's not showing. Okay, so yeah, don't worry, we can fix this, we can debug. Okay, so if the message is from me, so let's come here and see. Let's go back to the messages, Firestore. messages. So testing, then sender ID D12. Let's go to users, Douglas D12. Perfect. So this should be Douglas. So we come here, is message from me. Okay, so if the message is from me, it's going to be, then yeah, let's go to chat room and see if we didn't make any mistakes. So me, and then other, then let's, where's that coming? So me is coming from the selected data. Yeah, just to check like from the parent, like if we didn't make any mistakes. So me is selected chat room dot my data, so that'll be me. And then we can even console log this, console.log, and then yeah, to see if this is correct stuff, if it indeed is me or if it's another user. Okay, then where are we getting this? Yeah, it's here. So the first one is me, Douglas, so that's correct. Then other, also correct, right? So that means yeah, it's going down correctly. So me other, then we come back to message card, message me other, so that's coming in correctly. Then we come in here where it says is message from me. Let's console.log this. Okay, so this message is from me, should say true. Let's see, is message from me. Okay, console. Okay, so I'm console log message, so console.log here. Perfect. False. So why is it saying false? Let's go back to the messages. Okay, sender.id, if message.sender.id, like this. Okay, let's go back. Perfect. So yeah, sometimes you see that spelling error is costing us a lot of issues. Just a small simple spelling error, then we just have to debug, go through it step by step until we find out what the problem was. So now, hello there, we send, it goes. Okay, then how do we know that it's actually working? So let's open an incognito tab. Let's go to localhost 3000. Let's log in as second. Log in. We make it a bit small. We click Douglas. So yeah, we click Douglas. Click Douglas. Okay. Then here we must say hello. Then here, hello. So you see, it's now working. Okay. So yeah. And then here we're having two users. So we're having an issue here where users Douglas chat room already exists. Okay, so we had an issue whereby when we clicked and then it tried to look for the user and then it saw that the user didn't exist. Maybe there was a network issue there, because you see now when we click it's saying chat room exists, but then somehow this failed and then we ended up having two users. Yeah, so it's an issue for another day, but for now we can just go to chat rooms, then we delete this one which doesn't have another. Yeah, this is an issue for another day we can solve, but for now let's just, yeah, because it will really happen, but I think it's good to solve it. But for now let's just stick to what we have. Okay, so on this side I'm signed in as the second user, then on this side I'm signed in as Douglas. Oh no, it's vice versa. So here I'm signed in as Douglas, so I'll say hello second user, send. Okay, then hello second user, then hello Douglas, send. Hello Douglas. Okay, perfect. So yeah, it's relatively working. In the next part, we'll show how to send messages. Then in the last part, we'll show how to send emojis. Then here we'll make it a bit mobile responsive, make it a bit nicer. But yeah, I think we're making good progress. So now we're working on the image. Upload. Okay. So we come to chat room and then we add state for an image. So it's going to be cost image. Yeah. Something like this. Okay. Then here it's if message.trim, because now we want to check for both if the image exists and if there's no image. Yeah, then we want to return, because then that means there's no message, because we want a way for the user to be able to have an image or for the user to be able to have a text, right? Then image. Okay. Yeah, then I guess this message type really doesn't matter now. Yeah, we can just leave it, but yeah, it really doesn't matter, I guess. And then yeah, then here last message. Okay, so for last message we'll say if there's a message, right, then show a message. If there's an image, then just say image. Yeah, I think this is looking good. Okay, then what's left is to pass the image. Because we're going to be uploading it from the message input. So yeah, that's why we're passing it down. Set image. Okay, perfect. Then message input. So inside message input, we're going to initialize firebase. Then we're going to be able to upload. So from firebase, I think here we need use state, because we need to do some stuff. So use state. Perfect. Then okay. So from we're now getting something from firebase storage. So we need get storage. Then we need a ref. Then we need upload bytes resumable. Then get download URL. So this allows us to be able to see the progress of the upload, right? So that's why it's handy. Then here we need the app from firebase. Yeah, for now this is good. Then here we need the image, then the set image. Okay, so use state, we need yeah, storage, we need this, but then more importantly we need to be able to store the file. We need to be able to store the upload progress. So it starts, we just say it starts at now, because we don't know if the value starts as a string, so we don't want it to start as a string, right? And then image preview, so we want to preview that image when you've picked it up, right? Okay, so handle file change like this. Okay, so handle file change, we first get the file, so that'll be the file target, then if file, okay, reader.new file, reader unloaded, set preview to the result, then reader as data URL, we get the file. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Then we need to handle the upload. Okay, so on handle, yeah, upload, this is a bit of a long code. Okay, something like this. Okay, so we need if there's no file, we return. Then storage, chat room, images, upload task, upload resumable, on upload we check for the state changed, snapshot progress. Yeah, this is pretty good. Then once the upload is complete, we get the download URL, then we set that as the image. Yeah, this is good. And then yeah, so now we need to deal with how we're going to handle the image upload. So once you click the paperclip, it's going to be on, click. Okay, we want something to happen here. What do we want to happen? We come here to Daisy UI, then we say model. So once we click that, we want a model to appear. So it's going to be like this, but we want a model with an X to close. Okay, then this model, we just copy it. Okay, and then yeah, I'm trying to think where can we put it. Should we have a separate file for the model, or should we just have it be in the same file? Yeah, so I think maybe we can have it here. Shouldn't it shouldn't have any issues here. Okay, where is it starting? So yeah, like this. Perfect. Okay, so our model is gonna have an ID of model 3, then it's gonna have a form, then inside the form we're gonna delete this button. Yeah, I don't think we need this button. Oh yeah, let's just leave it because we might need to close the model. So here it's gonna be the image preview. Okay, so here it's going to be image preview, then and so if we're saying if there's an image, we want to preview it. So if there's an image, then image preview. Okay, then out uploaded. Okay, with full height, full object cover. Yeah, I'm not liking this because this won't, we don't want it to be round. Yeah, we don't want every image that you're uploading to be a round image. 60 width of 60, margin bottom of 4. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that'll be the image preview. Then below that we want an input. Okay, it's gonna be an input of type file, and then it's going to be, what does it accept? It accepts an image, then we'll put a wildcard. So this will be meaning like it can accept a PNG, .jpeg, whatever image type of file you want, right? It can accept. Okay, then below that we have a div, then we say upload. Okay, then inside that div it's going to be btn, btn sm, btn primary. So that's going to be an upload, then on click, it's going to handle upload. Okay, yeah, this is good. Then below this, yes, going to have a progress. Yeah, for now this is good. Then we close this, we delete this, then here we have a button. Okay, this button, it will just be an X, right? So this button is to close the model. Okay, on click. So on click, what do we want to happen? We want document dot get element by ID. And what's the ID of our model? It's my model 3, and then you're saying I want to get this, and then I want to, there's a method on it called dot close. Okay, I don't know why it's writing closet. Okay, so yeah, dot close, then that closes it up. Then yeah, we need it to be on the top right corner, so it's going to be btn sm btn circle, btn of ghost, so it's a button without any background. Then it's going to be a position of absolute right of, so it's gonna be right of 2, top of 2. So yeah, this gets it to be at the top. And then to open the model, we need on the button, so on that paperclip button, we need to run document.get element, then yeah, so yeah, we need to do this like this, and then yeah, it's dot show model like this. Yeah, hopefully if we did everything correctly. Handle file change is not defined. Okay, so yeah, it's const. If we did everything correctly, there shouldn't be any issues. Okay, so once we click this, okay, then let's pick a, okay, yeah, I don't think let's pixels. Yeah, this is where I get my images from. Yeah, something like this. Yeah, I don't want something too big. Yeah, something like an HD. Oh, so that's a video. Sorry about that. Yeah, we want an image. Yeah, large. Yeah, we don't want it to be too big, because then, yeah, something like this. Let's pick that. Where is it? This one. Okay, perfect. Then upload. Okay, perfect. So now it's uploaded. Then let's check. Is there a way to see that it's uploaded? Handle uploaded, set image. We go here. So I'm trying to think, where can we check? So yeah, we can just say console.log image. Then perfect. So that should open. If it was correct, then that should open. Then yes, perfect. Okay, so now once it's uploaded, right, then it sets our image here, get set image. So after it sets the image, I want a way that it will say set upload to now, set preview to now, then it closes. Perfect. Closes the model, right? And then if there's an image, right, so this will be here. We now want some custom styling here. Okay, then some backticks. So if you want to put custom styling, this is how you do it. Okay, so text gray. Okay, so here we'll say like this. We'll say if there's an image, right? Okay, so we take this color. So this normal color is if there's no image. If there's an image, I want text blue 500. So I want it to light up. So yeah, see, there's an image and it lights up, right? That's all. That's what I want. If there's an image, right? So yeah, that's good. And then hello, send. Okay, so it's now sent. And then once it sends, I want the image to also clear. So there's a place where we clear the message, and then we clear the image. Okay, perfect. So now we need to go to the card, and then if there's an image, there's a way that we want to display that image. Okay, so we go back to the message card. So here we're in the message input. So in the message card, there's a way that we want to display. So here above the content, we're going to check, right? Does the message have an image? Okay, like this. Save, and then boom, we have an image. Okay, so it's my width, height, cover. So we don't need the object cover. Okay, let's save that because I don't want it. Okay, it can cover, but then I don't want it to be, because it's looking too long. yeah, something like this. Now it looks a bit neat, right? Yeah, so that's how we implement the images. So next up we're going to implement emojis. So finally, so this is our last chapter. We're doing emojis. So we're using a library called emoji picker react. Okay, so this is the library that we're using, emoji picker react. Okay, copy this, then we install that. Okay, so whilst that's installing, yeah, it's done. That was quick. Import emoji picker react. Okay, then here const, we need a state. Okay, sorry, yeah, I'm doing it in the wrong part. Yeah, the build is a bit much, yeah, because I did it in one take, so you end up getting confused sometimes. Okay, no worries. Then const show emoji picker, because we need to decide if we're going to show it or not. And then, because now what we want to do is we want to have a button that when you click it then shows the emoji picker, and then when you pick an emoji it then appends it to the text, right? Because an emoji is just a way, in another way is just text. So const handle emoji click, right? And then this emoji click, so we want to do it the proper way, so it gives us the emoji, the data, then we get the normal event that we're getting. Okay, then we set the message, so it's going to be previous like this. We'll just say priv, just the standard way, and then priv, then yeah, priv emoji plus emoji data. Yeah, simple as this. Yeah, simple as that. Then I'm thinking, where should we put it? We should put it next to the paperclip. Emoji picker, yes. No, so yeah, let's do it from scratch. So button, then on click, okay. So this one is just to show, set show emoji picker, so it's going to be more of like a toggle. So to show emoji picker like this, and then here I'm looking for smiley face emoji, right? Yeah, my keyboard has some emojis, but I forgot the key to use, so yeah, I can just paste this one here. Okay, so if we go back here, then yeah, you see we have an emoji there, but right now when you click it, it does nothing because we haven't actually put the emoji or anything, right? So below that we'll say show the emoji, and then but then it is a div, right? So show emoji picker like this, and then like this, div is a div. So I'm thinking, because we want to style it a bit, because by default it just comes out of anyway, and we want it to have some order, right? We want it to be absolute, right 0, bottom full, padding of 2. Okay, Okay, emoji picker. Let's see. Okay. Handle emoji click. There. Picker style. No, don't want this. We want something called disable auto focus is equals to true. Yeah, we need something like that. Let me refresh. I think we might be having issues with refreshing. Okay, like this. Okay, yeah, for this part, yeah, you have to forgive me, guys. I'm very tired right now. So what I'll do, okay, so I'll leave the code in the description because this is the last part. So you come here where it says advanced chat app. You come into app. So the different, yeah, this is the main branch. We come into components, message input. Then just copy this because this is the correct implementation. Then we save this. Save. You come back to the app. You click. Then there you have your emojis. Yeah, because I'm super tired. Like then they're now sending. So yeah, I think this is it. You can log out. You can test the app. I'll leave the code down in the description for you guys to check it out, and yeah, it will also help you. But then yeah, I think we were able to get most of it done. And then yeah, please leave a like, please leave a comment, please leave a subscribe. It also helps me to keep me motivated to keep making more videos for you guys. And then for the next videos, I think I'll be using TypeScript. Yeah, let me know if you guys need TypeScript, or if you want me to keep using JavaScript. Just let me know like down in the comments. Yeah, thank you guys for watching.